All right, everybody, it's time to lay down for bed and listen to a story. It's time for the night chicken, and you don't want to miss that now, do you? I didn't think so. Now, if everybody is ready, let's begin. Hush now, little dreamer, and listen to the soft crunch of November under the night chicken tiny feet. The world had turned crisp and brown, smelling of damp earth and the quiet promise of winter. On this particular night, the air hung heavy and still beneath a moon that looked like a newly polished pearl. Shy, her black feathers absorbing the shadows like velvet, was perched on a low branch of the great old oak tree, watching the rustling edge of the cornfield. Shorty sat below her, meticulously cleaning the dust of the day from his gray paws. "The night feels like a held breath," Shorty murmured, flicking his torn ear. "Too quiet for comfort, Shy." Just then a pair of bright eyes and a stripe of mask appeared from behind the thick roots. It wasn't their friend Skinny. This raccoon was a bit too plump, his movements a bit too theatrical. It was Rory Raccoon, a creature known more for pilfering buttons than principles. Night Chicken. "And Shorty, my old pal, Aliger," Rory exclaimed, stepping into the dim moonlight. He was wearing an unusually clean, bright smile, and he had a tiny, shiny spoon tucked behind one ear. "I've come to turn over a new leaf. A golden leaf," even Aliger's shorty tail twitched. A warning sign. "Rory, the last leaf you turned over had a hole in it where you chewed out the best bits." Rory waved a dismissive paw. "Past is past. I've realized something important. The night chicken, she the talk of the entire farm. The legend is enormous, and I thought who better to help guard that legend than Rory Raccoon, the most charismatic companion." Shy hopped down from the branch, her bright green eyes fixed on him. "The night patrol is about quiet work, Rory. It's about service, not stories." "Ah, but a story needs a strong cast, Aliger," Rory insisted, puffing out his chest. "Think of it, Rory Raccoon, partner to the great night chicken. I'll handle all the grand declarations. When we cross the stone wall, I can go first and announce your arrival. We'll be famous. Imagine the buzz back at the woodpile, Aliger." He then leaned in conspiratorially. "Tell you what, Shy, on our first joint patrol, how about we start in the Moonflower Meadow? It's very bright there. You can stand right beside me in the full glow. We need to make sure everyone sees this new partnership, right? Visibility is key for true fame." Aliger Shy felt a strange, cold flutter under her silver crescent pendant. Rory didn't see the night as something to protect. He saw it as a stage. He wasn't seeking reconciliation or loyalty. He was seeking a spotlight, and Shy was merely the brightest lamp available. She took a slow step back, the dry leaves crackling beneath her feet. "Rory," she said, her voice softer than the night breeze, "the night chicken doesn't work for visibility. She works for quiet trust. We don't stand in the moon full glow. We stand in the shadows so the others can have the light." Rory's wide, earnest smile crumbled like dry straw. "But standing in the shadows doesn't help my personal narrative, Aliger," he whined, dramatically pulling the shiny spoon from behind his ear and polishing it with his fur. "No one will know I was involved if I'm just quietly helping Aliger." Then perhaps Shorty interjected, his voice dry as winter wood. "This isn't the job for you." With a theatrical sigh of disappointment, Rory announced he had very important solo missions to attend to. Missions that probably involved the vegetable patch and a missing carrot. He stalked off toward the cornfield, muttering about the lack of appreciation for star quality. Shy and Shorty didn't follow. They watched his dark shape vanish into the tall, rustling stalks. A moment of silence passed, broken only by the faint, distant calls of Madame Luna. "You handled that well, little hero," Shorty whispered, rubbing his head gently against her leg. "Some creatures only love the idea of loyalty, not the quiet, steady work of it." Shy spread her sleek black wings, feeling the cool air beneath them. She knew the most important armor she wore wasn't her bravery, but her quiet integrity. And as she flew up to continue her watch, she felt a profound understanding. The night chicken true power wasn't in her fame, but in the fact that her work was done even when no one was looking. That was a loyalty stronger than any shiny temporary spotlight. And so, the night was safe, protected by a quiet hero who had no need for declarations, only duty. That's the end of tonight's story, and now comes my favorite part. Let's close our eyes, listen to some soft music, and dream about Shy's next adventure. And while she's out there defending the night, we can sleep easy, knowing she's there, keeping us safe. Sleep tight, everyone, and don't bite any bed bugs.